What is going on, Pats Nation? It's Patriots Global here, back with another video. And in this one, we're going to be talking about Julian Edelman. Some not so great news here potentially, as Julian Edelman reportedly has come out and said, hey, I want to play in 2021. I want to continue playing football. But physical limitations might prevent Julian Edelman from playing in 2021 and could potentially cause him to retire, as he's not sure if his knee is going to be healthy enough for him to continue playing. Now, Edelman is getting up there in age. We know that Julian Edelman is a key piece to the New England Patriots offense, key piece to the Patriots locker room, and he's been that for many, many years, especially with TB12 out the door, makes him that much more important, but he's 34 years old, right? We know that sooner or later, Julian Edelman is going to be out the door. We're going to have to find that replacement. You know, the Patriots have kind of had a key piece in that slot position at wide receiver for so many years. It went from Wes Welker to Julian Edelman. Who is that next guy up? I don't know if we have him in the building or not. Edelman being 34, clearly the New England Patriots, Bill Belichick, they need to figure out a long-term solution for Julian Edelman, whether his knee limitations will allow him to play this year, and so on and so forth. There's not much guys that play into their late 30s as wide receivers. You know, you usually see that in quarterbacks, kickers, punters, but you don't really see it with wide receivers, because playing wide receiver at an old age is much, much more tough. There's so much more physical limitations on your body that although you're only 34 years old, you're actually playing as more of a 40-year-old, player, because of those physical limitations and the tolls it just continues to take on your body, especially someone like Julian Edelman, who year in and year out is now getting injured. He's played through several injuries. He's always been a super tough competitor and super tough player. He's pounding through guys. He's diving over guys. He's flipping over guys. He's diving into the end zone. That takes a physical limitation on your body as years and years go on of you enduring these hits and these poundings that you're getting from these defensive players. Now, this is what a professional NFL reporter in Ian Rappaport had to say about Julian Edelman and him playing in the 2021 season. He said, and I quote, "He's still trying to work on his way back from knee injury that drastically shortened his 2020 season. My understanding is that he does want to play in 2021, but that's not the important thing. The important thing is his knee going to be healthy enough to play? He is still rehabbing. He is still recovering, and he's still trying to see if he's healthy enough to be out there for the 2021 season. No decision has been made yet on which way that is going to go." Again, as we all know, to start the season, Julian Edelman was a key piece to the Patriots offense, was having a great chemistry with Cam Newton from what we were seeing, but he did get placed on the injured reserve back in October when he did go under a knee surgery for an undisclosed injury. He was again originally placed on the injured reserve. There was no specific timeline. We knew he was going to be out for at least 4 weeks. He ended up returning to practice. We thought that this could be the return of Julian Edelman, but although he returned to practice, he was practicing for at least a week. He ended up never returning to practice, and he ended up staying on the injured reserve, which meant that he was going to miss the rest of the season. Now, since New England's super interesting, for lack of better words, 2020 season ended back in January, which we are not used to as Patriots fans, there have been several rumors going on around Julian Edelman's future in New England and just in the league in general. The Patriots receiver did tweet out something back in January that some viewed as a possible goodbye to Boston, goodbye to the Patriots. But later that month, Julian Edelman did tweet by also saying, "We're not there yet," in response to a retirement question. If Jules does end up returning for the 2021 NFL season, it might not be in New England, some say. But Pat fans, I really want to tell you that I don't believe Julian Edelman will be going anywhere other than New England. Now, again, in May, he will be turning 35 years old. He has 1 year left on his contract with a cap hit of $6.1 million. However, if the Pats do decide to cut ties with Edelman via release or a trade, they would only be on the hook for about 2.6 million of that, which would free up about $3.5 million in cap space. Guys, there are so many other options the Patriots could go to. If you guys want to check out how the Patriots can clear up some cap space, I'll link that in the description below, which could save the Patriots $25 million just by releasing, I believe, 7 players. That's not other players they could release. That's not contract restructures. And Julian Edelman is not on that cut list. 3.5 million, it's a little bit to clear up. Would it be nice? I mean, 3.5 million, sure, but it really is not a lot of money at all. Patriots fans have had to endure the loss of Rob Gronkowski, Tom Brady, and much other departures. Why would we want to go through another situation of having to lose a long-time Patriot to just let him go to free up $3.5 million in cap space? I understand that, he might not be able to be on the field. And if he's on the field, how much games is he truly going to be able to play? But Edelman brings much more than that. He's a key piece to this franchise. He is the face of this franchise, and he still helps the Patriots tremendously off the field. Me personally, since Tom Brady has left, when I think of Boston sports, I think of Julian Edelman. He's a key piece off the field, social media-wise. When you think of the Patriots, you think of Boston. And even if he just plays a few games, even if he doesn't play at all this season, I'm personally okay with keeping Julian Edelman on the team for $3.5 million. I want to see Julian Edelman retire as a New England Patriots. I don't know about you guys, but I need that after seeing Rob Gronkowski leave, who we all thought would retire a Patriot, and Tom Brady leave, who we all thought would retire a Patriot. No offense, but that's going to hurt tremendously to see our top 3 players the past decade and even more all playing for potentially the same team in the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I think that Julian Edelman himself wants to retire a Patriot, and he said that. He's made it clear. He wants to stay here. He wants to be a Patriot, and he does not want to leave. And I don't think Belichick himself wants Julian Edelman to leave, especially when you look at his work ethic. I think that it is much more likely that if Belichick severely thinks that $6.1 million cap hit is too much, that they do one thing. They restructure that contract. Whether that's they add a couple more years, whether that's 1 or even more than that years to his contract, give him a contract extension, or they turn it into a signing bonus, or they ask him to take a little bit of a pay cut. I see Julian Edelman doing all of these things in order to stay with the team. I don't see him going, no, I want to make that $6 million. You can either give me that money, or you can trade me or release me. That does not sound like Julian Edelman to me. So there's definitely questions up there on what's going to happen with Julian Edelman. What is his status for the 2021 season? But for me personally, I'm a firm believer that no matter what happens with Edelman, he's going to stay a New England Patriot. Whether that means he's playing for the team or he's retired, I don't see him going anywhere. And for those saying maybe they trade him, what do you think you're truly and potentially going to get out of Julian Edelman, who's going to be 35 in May and can barely get on the field? You think you're going to get a 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th pick? No. You'd be lucky to get a 5th round pick. At that point, you're asking for a 6th to 7th round pick, probably at best. Y'all, if you are looking to have some fun online, I know some of us are still stuck at home. Go ahead and check out my boys over at betonline.ag. BetOnline has the fastest and easiest ways to bet on all of your sports action and even more. Football might be over, but NBA, college basketball, and NHL are still a full swing. BetOnline even covers awards, TV shows, and reality TV, and has real-time updated odds and props on almost anything that you can imagine. BetOnline has you covered for all the news, scores, and odds, and it is the best way for you to place your bets. And guys, it's completely free to sign up. All you got to do is head to the website or use your mobile device today and sign up to receive your 50% off welcome bonus on your first deposit. Y'all, again, BetOnline, your online sports books. Do not forget to sit on the sidelines, or don't sit on the sidelines, rather, get on the action. But don't forget to use that promo code CLNS50 to receive a 50% off welcome bonus on your first deposit. Y'all, what are your thoughts on this whole Julian Edelman news, this whole fiasco? He said it himself. He's not ready for retirement. I don't see him leaving the New England Patriots no matter what the outcome is. But what are your guys' thoughts? Let me know in the comments below. Remember to give this video a big thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and go ahead, share this video on social media, share with your friends. It would mean a lot to me. You know, one share, whether it's email, text message, or a social media post, is worth 1,000 words. It would mean the world to me if you guys go ahead and did that to me. Help me grow the channel, help me grow the Patriots Global family. Like always, though, I appreciate y'all so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.